episode of In the Shop with the Mad Snapper. We're getting sweaty, and not in a good way.
So I gotta move these over there. I gotta clean up that first. So I clean this up first, then disassemble this wall because there used to be glass behind it, so there might be like a 8-inch recess on both sides. So I might have to build a wall, another wall, a real wall, instead of coverings to support the AC unit. Because on the outside, see that glass there? It's gonna be over here where there is no glass, so I might have to do a wall with some insulation because the AC unit is gonna go through that wall. Yeah. This is how far we came. There's a list of stuff to get at Home Depot. I'm hoping to keep it around 300 bucks. We'll see. So what started this was I want to do a split unit, put it over there because the box is there. And when I pulled the paneling off, the first piece of paneling, the second piece of paneling looked like crap. It was just warped and old. And then I noticed all the crud. I was happy there was a wall, but the old insulation was just horrible. And then I saw moisture coming in. And then I got the bright idea, let's turn this into an inset shelf. So I went on the outside and I can push this whole wall back. And I'm learning things, so I don't do this kind of work. So I'm now gonna make this wall flush with the brick on the outside and get some new insulation, T111 on the outside where this bay window used to be, beadboard on the inside. Then I will eventually do the AC unit and then build some shelves for some, for some stuff. That is the goal. And then we'll trim it out, make it look a little better. Probably beadboard all this wall too, but there's a big gap here. So I gotta clean all that up and get some very thin concrete I can pour in there to fill that gap. I'm not sure what I wanna do with that yet. Might leave it open in case we wanna drill through it. Ideally, I'd like to just drill through right there, but it's got to go through the cinder block and then the brick on the outside. Here, let me show you. So that's this fake tile paneling is what was there originally. And then it was this crappy paneling stuff here that was just horrible. And then that insulation, I don't know what I'm gonna do to get rid of it, but see how that bay window is trimmed out. This used to be a bay window and it probably got broken a long time ago and they decided not to deal with it no more. So I'm pulling this trim off and a lot of this wood is rotted, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it. And then that will I can bring this wall back and have more room to do the shelf on the inside. And I noticed over here, it's flush, but over here, it's sticking out. So I talked to a couple of people and they said, make it flush. So I'm gonna go get supplies, pull all this out, and then however thick my T111 is, I guess 5/8 maybe, or 1/2 inch, I will set the new framing 1/2 inch back. That way it'll be legitimately flush. Then I'll caulk her up, seal her up and everything. And I've got a friend who does siding and gutters and stuff, and I will let him probably trim it out later. I may even go get some new 1x to just go ahead and put the normal trim on it, and then I'll let him fascia trim it so it looks really good. And you see they did soffit up there in the gutter and it came out really, really good. So looking forward to that. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Then I'll retrim that window. I'm thinking cedar and leave it natural looking. I am trying to talk, but you don't care. Nope, sure don't. And then I want to redo this awning and retrim that window after I do these floors. Start to chip up on these floors so we can put some tile down. Oh, can't wait to get some AC in here. That's about a 7x6 window or space. Yeah. Yep. So it's flush over there and it's sticking out over there. Buy your own place, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It's all yours. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. I was up here till about 1:30 a.m. last night. I tell you what, this old adhesive they used to go around the trim, it's like just regular caulking or whatever, that stuff was cement. I literally had to beat it with a hammer and chisel to break that stuff loose, and part of the brick was coming apart. Just amazes me at how strong that adhesive was. Anywho, so let's cut a piece of board, fit it up, and put some more adhesive down and screw it into place. For the outside anyway. Here we go. Coming along, coming along. All right, we had one of these bay windows over there that I may or may not make part of this video fixing. So that wood was rotted where previous tenants had done something. So we're making it flush. We're gonna do some cedar trim, but I've got my extras laid out that did not come with the kit. So I got my disconnect, I got my 20 amp double pole, just some miscellaneous fittings to go with this pretty cool, I don't know what that car or something or other, conduit type stuff that's flexible. I like using it. I've wired up some air compressors with that. This is a pre-assembled whip. I think it's 20 bucks, so it's 12 bucks or 18 bucks, 24 bucks, I don't know. A couple extra fittings just in case, because I don't want to make extra trips. That's my insulation I got to put on the inside of the wall, so I'm about to do that. There is some foam and some silicones. I'm going to use a big drill bit and drill through the brick, and on the other side of that brick is block. So I hate doing that because I don't want to mess up the brick, because the brick's very pretty, looks like an old firehouse. But I think I'd rather do that close to the panel versus bringing it through that wood than have another 2 or 3 foot lead going to the unit. And here's the split unit. Came from Home Depot from a third-party seller. 18K 23 seer, which is amazing, and it had the best reviews out of, I don't know, everything I've researched in the last couple of years, minus the EG4 solar, which I still want to do for the middle bay, put solar panels on the roof. Here's the old rotted wood that was the wall. Anyway, so my head unit's going to go right about there, just on the other side of the wall, of course. I'm going to go get the key and move this old car, and I'm going to put the outside unit right there, because on the other side of that is the breaker. That way I can just go straight through that wall. That's the goal. Got an electrician buddy coming to help me. He's got a little bit more experience than I do, and I helped him put his same 18K unit on top of a container that he has a mushroom farm on our reefer unit. So it was a tall stainless steel one. Anyway, it wound up being pretty good. Cool, other than me cutting my fingers all up when we dropped the unit, and it still works. All right, let me get some of this stuff moved and organized. That box is going to have your line set. That box is going to have the communication cable going from the head unit to the outdoor unit. And then it will also have these miscellaneous parts, which is going to be the UV wrap piece that goes through the wall, and the bezel, beauty ring bezel. And that feels like putty right here, almost like a plumber's putty. All right, so these documents right here say if you install this yourself, you are SOL, you're not getting a warranty. Obviously, if you bought it from a major retailer, you can take it back. That's the bonus for them making money, taking the risks on us installing things correctly and not big box chain places. You can take it back. But as far as warranty after it's installed, you need to have a professional HVAC experienced installer. There's a checklist on there you need to go through. There's a form where you can send it in with who did it, and if you send in that form with pictures and you register it, they'll actually give you and ship you 2 HEPA filters, replacement filters for that for free, which is pretty neat. Now in my case, I am EPA HVAC certified, but because I'm installing my own building, I don't know if I'll get the warranty or not. We will try. I'll write myself a receipt and see how it works out. Either way, I don't care because they have great reviews. I don't think there's going to be an issue. The biggest thing that I can tell you, the warning on you, is the line set must be a minimum of 10 feet. A lot of people like to cut these line sets and reflare the ends so they're not coiled up extra. But if you make it under 10 feet, it's too much charge and it won't work efficiently. So I'm just gonna leave it the whole length on there, and I'll leave it coiled up because I don't care. Don't care. Although I do have a flaring tool kit because I do custom stuff and hydraulic flare tool for brake lines and transmission lines. Anyway, what else? Wait on my buddy to come over to help me pick that up because I don't want to do it myself. I gotta move the car, and yeah, that's it. Let's go drill some holes. Got the wall sealed up. We got the electrical running through on a double pole 20 amp. I'm gonna foam this up, a little bit of leftover stuff. Let me show you the outside. Per code, we had to do a few little things different than I expected, but it is what it is. I've got to get some straps just so I can make this nice and neat. We got my disconnect, which I've got to go get the fuse for because I didn't realize I bought a fused disconnect. So got it straight through the wall. We'll bring this down, make it look nice and pretty. And then we hooked it up. On the back of this box, gives you the diagram, tells you where to put the lines for the power coming in and the communication cable going out. So I can run that with the line set. I will coil up the extra and just leave it there. This had to be a foot off the wall and the arrow pointing out because the fan's blowing everything that way. So this is about 14 inches off the wall. And per code, this has to be 3 feet away from the electrical box. So I was going to put it in the middle to make it look good, but it's got to be away from there. And I was going to put it over there, but that's over there, and I didn't want to go buy more stuff there, so I brought it here. And after I trim that out, eventually I will do awnings over these windows, probably next year sometime. All right, let's go make a list. These are the isolators that go underneath the feet. We'll make sure that thing is level, and then we will get some anchors and anchor it down to the concrete. That's all I need that for right now. So let's go put the insulation in the wall, which will be on a different video, and get ready to mount that head unit on the inside. So this system doesn't have a fancy template to use to mark the wall. So we'll take the one screw off there, pop this piece off, use it as a template. But I know my hole is going to be right here at the turn when you bend out this line set. It's going to go through the wall. So I've got this roughly in the middle of the, I don't know, fitting, doodad, relief. So that's about where it's going to sit. And there's an arrow right here. So I'm going to use this as a point of reference. So the center of that hole to the center of the bends is 6.5 inches. So when I mount this, I know 6.5 inches is going to be the center of my hole saw drill bit to put the line set through. And I also put backer board. So right here it says US, even though it's upside down. That's for the 16 center studs. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all you've got to mount it. So I went ahead and put a, I don't know what you call them, per-line backer board. I don't do carpentry. In between that stud, that way I can get a couple more mounting points in there. Here, I'll show you that real quick too. And I'll measure over, what did I say, 6.5? Yep, 6.5. Give it a mark with the marker. Don't mind my messy shop. We're doing a lot of remodeling all at once. So there's the backer board right there. they want you to be at least 6 inches down. I'm 7 inches from this top plate, and then give or take 4 more inches from the ceiling itself. So plenty of room. I was going to put it here through there, but I don't want to do that because I want to be 3 feet away from this, like code recommends. So it's essentially going to go right in the middle. What else do I want to do? Yep, I'm going to temporarily screw that backing plate in place, measure my hole, because I want to go ahead and cut all over relief here so I don't make a mess. Also, it doesn't have to be 110% exact. It's got to be really close to the line set. But as far as this goes, there's a little bit of movement. You can go either way, just in case you're not 100% perfect. But it needs to be as close as possible, because this line set, you can only bend it so many times before it messes up. Anyway, lift this tab up, lift this tab up. So it's got the one screw holding it in, and these little clips under there that holds it in place. So if it comes off like this, that means it's going to go on the wall like this. Just imagine sheeting being up there. Already got my marks right there, 6 inches below that top plate, so it's roughly gonna go here with that US right there, right there. All right, now I got to, as far as the rest of this project goes, I had to clean up the expanded foam all the way around so I can sheet this wall with the bead something or other, I don't know, cheap shit. All right. So that essentially is where the mount is going to be. I've only got one little screw holding it up. I'm bringing the level, make sure it's level. When we do mount it down, it will be mounted 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5, and 6, somewhere from there. Now, based on where this was on the machine itself, I just took some measurements. Looks like it was 6.5 over and 1 3/4 up from this, which puts me right about there. And again, there's no template, but the manual shows a few different styles. So type A and type B of the mounting plate, which is honestly neither of what I've got, as far as it being the pictures. But if I had to guess, I would say I'm more likely to have a type A. It's just stamped slightly different. And then you got model A, B, C, and D, and E. And overall dimensions is what is going to be, I need something to point with. Let's use a nail. Overall dimensions is what's going to be different on each one of these diagrams. All right, so basically from here to here is going to be representing the outside unit, the inside unit, the air handler, all the way around. This one's 49.5, 42, 38, 31, 28. So let me go out there and measure that whole outside unit. I think it's going to be model B. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go find out together. Should turn this radio down so I don't get a copyright strike, but I'm not monetized, so I don't really care too much. Looks like 41 or 42 overall. Let's go see if that was an option. Sorry, I'm working one-handed and I really didn't make a tripod thing. Alright. Sunday, hottest, all get out. Only overheated twice today. 49, 42. Alright, so we're dealing with a Model D. And that's going to tell me 6 inches 5.9, 6 inches from the center of that leg is what it's saying where that hole is going to be. All right, there, can you see that? All right, let's see where we are. So center looks like to be right about there. Perfect. So just checking because I don't want to do it more than once. So I got the distance from there correct. Now let's see if I can figure out the distance there. All right. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? There you go. Anyway, from the bottom of this up, it's 1.9 inches for 49 millimeters. And center that over. It's 6, so we got that perfect. But I need to find 1.9 up. So take that, and then I take a tape measure, and I measure it there, and we are spot on. 1.9 is just a hair under 2 inches. So that's roughly going to be my hole. So I am now going to cut this little circle out, pull this off, and put the sheeting up. There we go. As always, I will double measure. So we got 4 wood screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6. I can't count. Liberty County education. And that is approximately my mark. I measured over and up, 17 down, 23 over was a backup measurement, and then I'll remeasure from here up 1.9, and then from the center over, I think it was 6. So I'll double measure that and go get my hole saw and let's cut some round holes down at an angle for drain purposes. I used a level over there to bubble level that, and right on the studs, and then the backer plate behind it. So far so good. This piece of trim, piece of wood actually looks pretty good, especially compared to what it did look like in here. And eventually I will trim out the edges after I design some sort of shelf thing here, because I'm gonna put a collection of collectibles in here. Yeah. Got a hole, y'all, got a hole. And because I don't know what I'm doing, I put a level in there so the bubble shows that there's an offset, that it's at angle. Perfect. So I guess I need to say this is not a detailed video, but just showing that a car guy can do it. I'm not an electrician, I'm not a professional AC guy. I can do car AC all day long. So we're gonna wire it up. There's supposedly a diagram on the inside of this, but I cut my line. This is gonna go back out. I got my through hole saver, cable saver 9000 flush, and let's see what it takes to get this off. Plastic bits, always think they're gonna break. Nothing broke. Doors, I hate messing with doors because I always break shit. All right, so now I think I gotta pull this off. And that should give me access to the board or junction or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I need to go, there's the cable strap. So let those loose, run the cables through from the back side. I need to go back to the outside unit to make sure I got them lined up properly. There is a discrepancy in the wiring from the outside unit to the inside unit. So what I've done on the last two that I did was I just made terminals 1, 2, and 3 match. and I'm gonna use the diagram from the inside of the board. So 1 red, 2 black, 3, I don't have yellow in my wire and I've got white, so 3 is gonna be white, and then ground for green. And this is the diagram for the outside unit. 1 is gonna be red, 2 says blue, I don't have blue, so it's gonna be black because 2 over here is gonna be black. And then number 3 is gonna be white, because number 3 over here is gonna be white. That's how we're gonna do it. And then ground. And it worked previously. Because here it says red, blue, black, and in here it says red, black, yellow. Why would they do that? I don't know. So far, that is the only real complaint I've got about this thing. And I remember dealing with it last time. We just made terminals 1 match up on outside inside, because it don't really matter what colors they are, as long as 1 is the same wire, 2 is the same wire, 3 is the same wire, because they're essentially communication wires going from here to there. So everything should work perfectly. Now this says also a brown, but that's going to a different thing. That's inside the unit. That's the colors they're using internally. Anyway, so wire 1 the same, 2 the same, and 3 the same, and then grounds. And it should be just fine. Let me snake that underneath. And then this thing should kind of click into place. And I'm by myself, so I doubt I'll show you that. Oh, pull the line set out nice and slow. I'll show you that. There we go. Red, black, white, ground. And put your clamps back in. This clamp is a pain in the butt to get out, but that's what holds this into place, keeps it from vibrating and jiggling around in the whole 9 yards. Once you get that done, pull the line set out, hang it. There we go. Here's the back of it, obviously with the plate off because the plate is mounted. So, looking for any weird abnormal damages. Everything looks good. I like it, I like it, I like it. So now we're gonna slowly bend this line set over and make it come straight out, perpendicular with the machine. That way, it will go in that little hole. So I'm gonna do that. I'm by myself, so I can't show you guys me struggling for the next few minutes. I'll take these couple of pieces up, and then tomorrow, so I'm done for the night. Tomorrow I will. These are safe right now, they're blocked off. I'll open these up, connect them, and finish this little video. Here we go. Just a quick little tip. I put this little piece of Scotch tape. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Sorry. I'm so hot, I'm shaking. Anyway, on both ends, that way I can rip it up later, but it is telling me where those are, because those have got to go there and there. And I'm up here by myself, so I don't want to be struggling picking this thing up. And then these notches will just kind of slam into place. So hook it, push, click. Yep, here we go. Yay, it's mounted and it's level. Put the level on it just to make sure. So not bad for a quick one. This probably, if it wasn't scorching ass hot outside, it probably would have took me six hours roughly. Maybe a couple more because of the wall, but as far as the basic installation goes, 6 hours. It's my third one, and that seems to be about what they're going. It'll probably take me, I don't know, 15 more minutes tomorrow to hook up the lines and evacuate and charge the system. Yep, looking forward to it because oh my goodness, it's hot in here. Hooking up the line set, I always disconnect everything, pull the fitting down, and check out the flare. They're perfect on this brand. I had some other brands where they were not quite so perfect. We're gonna leave it here. I will do a line set cover coming out of this thing, a cheap one off Amazon. And as soon as I get that hooked up, we will put this under a vacuum for a few minutes until it stops steaming. And then while it's vacuuming, I'll do another anchor because I've only got one down. We had a storm roll through that kind of messed up a few little things, but no big deal. We'll get it knocked out. And luckily I already had the sealant all the way around and no water intruded there. Yay! All right, hook up the line set, vacuum it down, then pay attention to the instructions of the way it tells you to open it. Low side and high side with an Allen wrench. It tells you to crack for a couple of seconds, then close it, then maybe the other one. I don't remember. I'll reread the instructions. It's pretty simple. Got the gauges hooked up. These are the cheap Amazon gauges versus my very expensive Snap-on gauges, because I had the right adapter for it. I've got a different hose for the pump. Anyway, two things you want to do here. You want to pull out all the moisture in the system. So if you see that end of the pump smoking a little bit, it's no big deal. It's vapor because it's pulling vacuum, which changes the boiling point. Mercury, inches vacuum, all that other good stuff. Keep going so you don't see any more smoke. But I recommend at least, some people do it 15 more minutes. I don't know. Second thing is, you want to pull the vacuum, and when you turn it off, you want to let it sit for another 5 minutes. Make sure it still has vacuum. That means you're good, don't have any leaks. So that is the purpose. Pump on. Crack the valve. See it start to drop. See the vapor. Perfect. We'll be back in 5 minutes. About 7 minutes because I had a couple of things to finish. No more vapor. We still all inches of mercury. Now we'll let it sit, make sure it doesn't move. 5 more minutes, maybe 10. Either way, I'll be back. I gotta go get some tools. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, no changes. I actually ended up vacuuming the whole thing down for 15 minutes, and that's what it says per instructions. So you're looking at 30-minute charge time or vacuum time and probably another 15-minute charge time. All right, so what we're doing now, per these confusing instructions, is telling you to go to the high side, which is going to be this. Low side's the one the thing's connected to. High side's going to be that. Pull off the cover, save that because you want to put it back. Make sure your gauges are closed. You're still going to be able to read. You want to do a quarter turn. Let's see if I can get a better angle. All right, so you want to do a quarter turn for 5 seconds, and it's going to release gases, and then close it back. Ready? 1001, 1002, 3, 4, 5. So now it's closed again. Now we see our gauge over here, and we walk away for 5 minutes. We come back, make sure that hasn't moved. If that hasn't moved, then we know there's 100% no leaks. So while I'm doing that, I need to go get the electrical cover I left it inside. So we'll be right back. 5 minutes. We're good. No leaky leakies in 15 minutes. So now we're gonna quickly unscrew this and the adapter. Perfect. Move these out of the way, and I'll be right back. All right, next up, let's go to that low side. Don't forget to put your cap back on. I gotta go find mine. I think it's in the desk. All right. So you're slowly gonna release the gases. That's about a full turn. That's about a full turn. And then you're gonna bring them all the way till they stop. Should be a seal to keep them, so you want to make sure they're flush opened. Don't crank on it or anything like that. Just don't leave them halfway. Bring them all the way out. Good and snug, because it's probably got an O-ring on both sides. Good and snug. Put your caps back on. Put your caps back on. Not very tight at all. Now, I've got more things to do in my project because I got a line set cover coming. I got a trim and everything, but essentially, as soon as I put that cap back on that brass piece for the valve and that cover, the install is pretty much done. I'm gonna wrap this with the UV tape provided, and then I've got some high-end duct tape. I'll do not the whole way down, but just to keep it in place. And then the line set cover will help. What else is left? Let me put this cover on real quick. This is my disconnect. It's off. Flip it over with fuses, 20 amp. Now it's on. I'm gonna seal all this up because I bought the building, so I don't want critters and stuff getting in there. Anyway, this should be done for all intents and purposes of this video. Let's go inside and get batteries in the remote. So it's between 89 and 93 degrees in various points in here, ambient temperature wise. Let's do the fire test. 20 amp breaker on. That just made a beep. The door sucked itself in. Here's the remote. I don't want to turn it on. Just this mess is embarrassing now, so I apologize. We're in the process of remodeling. I forgot to check for any excess tape that may be holding things together. Took it off for this end, pop it on this end. Filters look good. Okay, yep, I don't think there's any excess tape. All right. I'm gonna spend 10 minutes or so since we put the cover on the outside. So, here we go. I mean, I'm pouring sweat, y'all. Pouring sweat. Been dealing with this for 4 years, so here we go. Oh, fire test. I don't smell anything. I don't see anything burning. So electrical must be okay. Let's see. Learn how to use. Don't put the remote batteries in backwards. All right. I mean, it's dripping. Can you see it dripping on the elbows? Oh, I can't wait. Ooh, pretty. Let's go to mode. Cool. I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's go outside and check to see if the pump came on. We'll do it together. Let's walk with you. Ow. I don't know what that was. Yeah, I know, y'all are confused. What the hell does he do over there at his shop? Is he working on motorcycles? Storm came through, boomed that, messed that over. Is he working on boats, motorcycles, hot rods, classics, Hot Wheels, Star Wars? What's he doing? I've got a couple of businesses, and this is just a glorified hobby shop that pays for itself that I've had since 2010. This location, only 4 years. Anywho, I like it all. Got a truck coming by. It's going, and I can't hear it. I can barely hear that fan. I don't hear the, and yeah, I'm going to be building an awning over this and that window after I retrim that one and all that good stuff. Super quiet. Super quiet. I can hear the cars go by more than I can hear that AC unit. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, I'm gonna go back inside, put that thing on turbo mode, wait 10 minutes, then take a temperature reading. Yeah, let's do that. And then while I'm waiting 10 minutes, I'm gonna come out here and sweat because it's still 80 plus degrees. Let's see how bad I messed that up. Batman. All right. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna cry, y'all. Oh, that's amazing. All right, so let's turbo mode is engaged. I'll go ahead and set it the lowest it'll go, 62. Be back in 10 minutes, everybody. And it's still quiet. So turbo mode, yes, I can hear the fan, but it's very monotonous, very quiet. It's not that bad. I couldn't hear it when I first came in. Oh, I'm so excited. Man, it's so amazing. You can't even hear that thing running. I've got it on swing right now, so this thing actuates. It goes up and down. And we're at 73 degrees ambient temperature in this area and 80 in the other areas. So it's already dropped by 10 degrees. And this thing is putting out 66 degrees. And it's only been running 10-15 minutes. What a big difference. So technically this unit, being 18K, should be able to handle the lobby in there and here, because I'm about to empty all this and redo the floors because they're horrible. I've been working on it for a while. Anywho, build some shelves there, like I said. That should be more than enough. And we're gonna put another one on the other side of the shop, probably next year. It's so quiet. You know what that means, right? It means I have no excuses to be here at midnight because it's not gonna be too hot and I gotta get these floors done. That's what it means. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you got any questions, leave me a note. This was from the Home Depot. I think normal price is $1,400. I had a coupon and they had a sale. I got it for like 11 and some change, maybe $1,200. 18K unit with a seer rating of 23.7. That's the highest rating that I have seen in 2 years of doing research. I really wanted to get one of the EG4 systems for the other side of the shop for solar, but if not, I'm going to be happy with getting another one of these. It's super easy to install. And did I mention the wiring? Terminals 1, 2, and 3. Just make them match. I think that was it. Yep. All right, cool. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day. 74 degrees ambient temperature, 76 over there, 75 there, 75.2 there, 75 there. Man, it's 105 degrees heat index outside right now, and I am not sweating. It is amazing. I cannot just thank you, DuctlessAire. Aire. Yeah, whatever. Yep, doing projects inside now is going to be much better. No more sweating all over the paperwork. Anyway, next day, just is great. Now I got it set at 77, but it's doing a little better. I insulated that wall real good too. Brick does not insulate very well. That's like an R value at 2. Well, so I got a brick on the outside too, so R value at 4. Anyway, yeah, can't recommend it enough. And it's super, super quiet. All right, let's put this video together and publish it and see if anybody cares. Probably not. Oh yeah, we need to clean up in there too. Year-long project begins now.